Denton with the School of Technology. I wanted to talk with you about cybersecurity. The one instance that we want to run into, or we run into on occasion, is how to deal with a cybersecurity potential student. I wanted to speak with you in regards to those types of personas that you might run across. To really identify a cybersecurity student, you'll actually want to look at their age range. Typically, a cybersecurity student is going to be from the age 25 to 35, not specifically in that range all the time, but a majority of our students are going to fall in the 25 to 35 range. The goal of those students is really going to be career advancement. You're going to find many of them that are already in an IT career field and looking to move into a higher level career that really deals with cybersecurity and network security and information security functionality of that business. We'll also see that the individual is going to be a very strong problem solver, and in the mechanical aspect of things, they're going to not only talk about theoretical vision on solving an actual problem, but they're also going to talk about how to build a solution for that problem and put it into place. We'll also see that those individuals are going to be very process oriented and going to be able to follow guidelines quite well. One of the big things is not only are they going to be able to assimilate their information and be able to regurgitate it back to you in a meaningful way, they're also going to be that individual that's going to build those processes from scratch and be able to detail them out in such a manner that someone else could follow those. They're going to have a little bit of a professional demeanor and clean appearance. They may also be that same individual that's kind of standoffish and isn't always willing to talk, especially if they're early in this career. They're not going to always be a very verbal individual. You're going to find that if it's early on, maybe say the younger subset of students coming into this field, they're going to be really kind of playing around with the technology and getting familiar with it. They may actually be, and as I state later on, they may have a little bit of a mischievous background because they may closely associate themselves with the hacker culture. So what all that means is really that the student may actually be currently hacking networks or trying to expose security flaws. Some of those people are typically, shouldn't be completely deemed as being a hacker in itself, but we'll also find that those individuals are going to have a strong understanding of what they need to get into and how they need to accomplish certain tasks within the cybersecurity field. They're going to want to like working with people because the cybersecurity specialists, when they get into that role, are going to be working with a lot of individuals to kind of define scopes, handle contracts, and be able to actually put together quite a bit of information about the tasks they're going to undergo when they're working on a specific network. What I want to do is kind of say, after you've defined this individual, you want to make a connection with them. You want to talk about their interest in computers and their thoughts on computer security, how it relates to both desktop and network security and securing a network environment. You'll also want to start talking about researching scenarios on the internet and then pose those back to the students. Yourself, you'll want to really spend a few minutes. You don't have to spend days on end trying to keep up with the latest security trends, but keep a few hot topics in your mind to be able to talk to a student and get their opinion. You don't have to be the expert on it. You really want to seek out their information and get their opinion on what they would do given this scenario. And then all that equates to being able to engage them in their own thoughts. This is what's going to really build a strong student for this program. This is an example really quick of the type of article that you could find. The anonymous activist hacked into 600,000 Israeli email accounts within the last couple days. This is something great that you could bring up with the students to kind of discuss their vision. The day in the life, there's quite a few different ways to spend time with as a security specialist, and a lot of those are going to be investigating security breaches, kind of determining flaws within a network. You may even be hired with companies to basically go in and hack their network, as well as on top of all of this, you're going to be meeting with stakeholders within the company to kind of define what your guidelines are, as well as the results of what you've been hired to do in terms of determining network security and flaws that may be potentially exposed. Working with law enforcement and developing disaster recovery plans is not uncommon across this field. I know this is a quick session, but I wanted to thank you, and hopefully, if you've got any questions, feel free to reach out to me. But hopefully, this gives you a quick introduction to cybersecurity.